Ladies and gentlemen, we have a massive announcement.
We are launching our own golf apparel line. Polos, Q-zips, hats, and more. Breezy Golf. Coming November 23rd. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Happy to have you. Hope you're happy to have us. This is another edition. Bob Does Sports Podcast. You got Giuseppe to my right. Can't miss the guy. You got the Jet to my left. And then at the tail end there, the one, the only, that is Fat Perez that you're looking at. We are at Chevy Chase Country Club, which is one of the best kept secrets in California. Not many people know about it. Maybe now it'll be a little bit different.
Yeah, you kind of showed your hand here.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
I actually almost killed a man here.
You almost killed the member that brought it. Was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Not for him, but for me. It was Jet hit the team, or did he hit the?
He was up there.
He absolutely skull fucked a wedge into a tee marker, and it fired backwards and missed our host's head by about 6 inches.
Yeah, and then
went across the street.
He turned to me. He's like,
I'm done.
To that.
I know what sculling a wedge.
It was right before the Foreplay match. It was the day before we were flying out. So
we were training.
Nice little practice round in, and had to buy new tee markers.
With a homicide.
I almost killed him. It was bad.
I mean, he would have died.
What did you say? What was your reaction?
Well, they were
like
all
he saw a ghost. He was
yeah,
so
but the guy
shook.
he didn't care. No, I was like, I am sorry.
While I'm hackling
and then
in the
Bob
back.
and Perez were like laughing their asses off.
Anything better. Whenever something bad happens,
He loves that
Bob's
shit.
initial reaction is just to start howling, laughing. I'm like, dude, can a little help here? Like, you would be the worst poker player in America.
Bob
You just
loves
cannot
chaos.
hold or contain yourself.
I think you would have held it together if it actually did strike him and kill
Well,
him.
yeah, well,
I don't think you would have laughed. Maybe, yeah.
No, he would have laughed. He would have laughed, and then he'd be like, "Oh, this is serious." Like,
To be honest,
Bob does not know how to hold it together.
Well, he
Something
loves,
that happens, he just.
but he knows good content when it happens. You know what I mean? Like that's good
surprised he
content.
wasn't
So
filming it.
I'm saying, I think he was, but he was so cool about it. The member, he's just like, yeah, man, that's Chevy. That's what he said.
he also too, same guy, great guy. He gave me a weed gummy and I was like, man, that looks like a powerful gummy. I was like, you think I'm gonna be all right? He's like, yeah, man. Like, what did he say, Brez? Like, you'll be fine.
He's like, man, I do this all the time. Like, don't worry about it. And you're like, am I gonna have like trouble driving? He's like,
Taking
nah,
advice
man.
from a pothead
It's like I had 2 of them earlier. You would drive just fine.
And then
could not
Perez
drive.
had to drive my car home. I was so high. It was
No, I tell you,
That's
the
a
thing
fact.
with Chevy now is this has become our challenge course.
Yes.
So we've done now the hot dog challenge here.
Hot dog challenge.
We've done the hot ones challenge here. And then did we do one more? Or is that the 2 that we've done?
We did a couple chasing pars.
No, but I'm saying challenges. We did the
challenge-wise-
2 there, the 2 here. Now we're doing another one today. It's going to be a
Yeah,
drinking
that's-
challenge.
I think that's
and they just kind of let us do our thing. And you know what? If it was a regular course, I think we'd be shunned because, it's like when we get blasted or like the hot dog one, we're drinking milk in the middle of the fairway. Imagine waiting behind us.
Yeah.
They kind of just clear the field and
How
let us do our
about
thing.
how about when you threw up on the tee box? That's something to consider
You
too.
love bringing that back up.
I mean-
you threw up as
yeah.
well, by the way. You threw up multiple times all over the side of the course.
Absolutely did.
There's remnants of you everywhere.
I'm saying, how many places can you throw
No,
up
that's
on?
what I'm saying. God bless these people because they allow us to do our challenges uninterrupted. And yeah, we got another big one today.
Cutsy, I'll give you $10 if you can name the PGA pro that grew up at this course.
You should get this.
Let's call him Morikawa.
There you
All
go.
right, $10.
There we go.
All right, that's a US 10
We also would have
legal
accepted.
tender.
Yeah, we would have accepted Xander Schauffele as well.
Xander Schauffele is known to every course.
He's got
in
50
California.
home courses. Yeah,
And Max
he's-
Homa would have been also acceptable.
It's unbelievable how anywhere you go, even in San Diego, like, yeah, this is Schauffele's home course. He grew up here as a kid. It's like, man, we heard that about the last 30 courses that
Yeah.
we've been
We
in.
were at Del Mar when we did the
We saw Marshall
Fireball
Faulk.
Challenge. And we knew that Schauffele was a member, I think. And we saw someone like 1 or 2 holes behind us. And we were blasted at this point, Perez. But we were convinced it was Xander Schauffele, and it turned out it was Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, that was one.
How does that happen?
We were blasted.
Yeah,
on
but-
Fireball. That was the Fireball
Yeah.
Challenge. And we waited, and I think like they caught up to us, and the guy was looking at us, and we were losing it. And the guy just looked at us like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah, that was bad.
You remember after that, like a couple days later, we were watching, or I was watching like NFL Network, and Marshall Falk is like an analyst, and it was during the Bills, it was during the playoff game, and he's sitting there like analyzing the game, talking about it as if he watched it, and I was like, bro, you were a hole behind us during that game. I was like, I saw
Never
you.
mind. When he was playing during the round, it was the Rams versus Bucks game, and I thought, it's a big game for the Rams. They had, I'm like, you think Marshall would be supporting the team, watching the game.
That's
No,
so
he
bad.
Was,
It's not
he
even
was watching
close.
us on the fucking fairway,
He,
hammered.
he left his fandom in St. Louis. I think.
Yeah.
I will.
he did.
I will
point.
say that was a rough one. Now we got another challenge today, and we're gonna get into what that's gonna be. I think as it stands, the Hot Ones challenge was bad. It wasn't brutal. I think we could both agree, Joe, that even just from you watching it, Jet, by far, I think the hardest one to date has been the hot dog one.
The hot dog one was grueling as hell.
Yeah.
The beer one was surprisingly not easy because I don't drink a lot of beer, so I was super bloated. I'd say in terms of in terms of challenging, I'd say the hot dog one was by far the hardest. Then I'd say the beer one, then the fireball challenge. Even though we were hammered, it wasn't hard putting back those.
It was
cinnamon
going down
shots.
well.
And then the last one, the hot ones, was by far the easiest. So Perez, I think, has so far done one with us. Today will be another one. But I like the food challenges. I think we need to incorporate more of those because it's just something you just don't see anywhere.
Yeah, but Jet said to me the other day, which is so true, the fact that we haven't done a drinking challenge with Fat Perez is criminal. So like
It's a bit of a mess.
What changes today?
Yeah, and that changes today. Today we are going to be doing something very interesting. The wheel of trust. Do you like to call it a ticket?
The wheel is just.
The wheel is
I don't even
just.
know if that's a saying or
So
a title.
yeah, we're going to
but-
be doing a wheel, and we have 5 different options. We have tequila, we have Smirnoff,
Smirnoff Ice.
We have moonshine,
That's true.
which is a very, very interesting wrench that we're
wrinkle.
throwing in there.
And we got some suds.
And then we got the beer, and then we actually added a Yoo-hoo one. So
Yoo-hoo,
there is a
yep.
chance that we're going to be spinning the wheel, 9 holes. Now, something that we need to talk about is what our number is that we're going to like to break on the challenges. We always do the scramble, so we need a collective number as a unit that we have to break as part of
say
the challenge.
Here it should
Oh,
be
we
par.
should be way better than par.
Yeah, I think it should be better than that.
Better than par?
I almost think
We're
even
going to be hammered, though.
we will.
No.
We don't.
I mean, okay,
We will.
I mean, what if we get 3 shots of moonshine in the first 3 holes?
That's fine. It's still a drink. A drink's a drink.
That is not correct. A drink is not a
A
drink.
drink
It is
a
correct
drink.
if you think
I mean,
about it.
technically,
A shot-
a drink
a
is a
shot
drink,
is
but
the
some
same as a
drinks are
beer.
more than just drinks.
No, a shot's the same as beer. One
Shot
beer
is-
same as a shot.
I don't know about
No.
that.
Are you guys? Are you guys?
I don't know if I agree with that.
Are you guys gonna do this right now?
I disagree as well with you.
Yeah,
disagree with
yeah.
me?
That a shot is a
100%.
beer?
If you're doing
That's
a shot
literally
of 80
how it
proof
works.
moonshine compared to
I
one
think
beer,
a shot would
Yes. No,
be,
it's the same.
Would hit hard.
It's
But if
not.
I-
It's the same drink. It's one drink.
but I think I would get way drunker off 4 shots
you would
than
not.
4 beers.
No, you would not.
80 proof moonshine is not the same as a
Yes.
15% beer.
Am I right?
Well, 15%.
Well, the moonshine
Ticket, what do you, I mean, we
5%
should ask
beer.
Ticket.
No,
the
it's
moon-
okay.
I knew that was
No, no.
We need an extra
Look,
ticket.
look. Look it up.
No, I'm not gonna.
A shot.
I'm gonna
A
Well, but you're
shot
disregarding
of-
the moonshine, right? Because the
No, it
moonshine.
doesn't. It's
high
proof.
in alcohol
I don't.
content.
It's legal
What is it,
moonshine. It's
80%
legal moonshine.
proof?
I can't find it.
80 proof.
80 proof, is high.
No, it's the same. That's the same as vodka. It's the same as bourbon.
This is a wild concept.
It's a wild take.
Are you guys crazy?
Perez.
What do you think?
Perez?
Have you guys
This
not
is a
learned this
wild,
before?
wild take.
Yeah.
Perez.
There's
no,
no
you're
fucking
telling me.
way, Perez.
You guys
One beer
are
is
wrong.
the same as doing a shot of moonshine.
Perez, you mean to tell me that if you did 4 shots of moonshine,
80 proof, like a normal liquor.
that you're not gonna be more drunk than
No.
if you drank 4 beers?
Well,
Perez,
no, that's 80 proof.
It's,
is
and,
not
and 4 glasses of
normal.
wine. A shot, a glass of
80 proof
wine,
is
and a
a lot.
beer. All
80
it's all
proof is a
one drink.
ton.
Look it up. Look
that's
it up.
crazy to say.
Look it up.
There's just.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, at the
I
same time,
tried,
too,
but I quit.
I feel like the shots are
started.
gonna hit differently for you too.
I understand how you feel. I'm letting you know that that's not true.
Feel.
Yeah.
This is why I've never in my wildest dreams heard of it.
It's gonna be interesting because
So regular vodka is 40 proof, 40%.
80%, 40 proof. 80%.
No, this is
liquor.
40%.
Yeah. No.
It's 40%.
40% and 80 proof.
80 proof. Oh, yeah.
Yes. 40%, 80 proof.
80%. But I think moonshine is 80%.
No chance.
Yeah,
They can't sell that. Maybe moonshine that you go buy out of a van in the mountains of Virginia. Yes, but you can't buy.
Do we have the bottle of the moonshine?
Not
Where is
here,
it?
but
Not here. It's in a mason jar.
it's probably 100 proof at worst, maybe 110, but you can't sell more than that. But shot.
Well,
here,
look,
keep
Real
it going.
moonshine's got to be like 90% alcohol.
Yes, normal moonshine. Yeah, or
And
like
by the way, I
Everclear.
feel like the Smirnoffs might not hit too. I mean, I
Wow,
don't
the
think
Smirnoff is sweet. That's what it's sugar that'll fuck you up.
Yeah, it almost gonna give us a headache. No, by the end
Here
of
we
that.
go. Here we go. Alcoholproblemsandsolutions.org. It's .org, so you know it's true.
I've never
I've been
trusted
going to
anything
.com
coming
all
from
Here you go.
these years.
Here you go. No. .org's.
Give me .com or don't give me nothing.
Here we go.
Because he's a /.io, like .ca, Canada.
IEU
Yeah.
for all our
A
Australian.
glass of dinner wine, a bottle of beer, and a shot of spirits are all equivalent in alcohol. Therefore, its standard drink is any of these: 12-ounce bottle or a can of regular beer, 5-ounce glass of dinner wine, and a shot, 1.5 ounces of 80 proof distilled spirits are all the same amount of alcohol.
I'm just going to have to disagree.
cannot
with
believe that you
I
guys didn't know that.
still would take a beer over a shot.
Well, look, how
99
you
times
feel
out of
and the
100.
science are two different things.
Is it possible
that
that
is
it's
from
the
a
same,
.org.
same amount of alcohol,
.org.
but you can get more drunk?
Huh?
Is it possible that it's the same amount of alcohol, but you can get more drunk off? That doesn't make sense.
You would not be able to get more drunk off the same amount of
So
alcohol.
you're telling me if you take 10 shots of something or 10 beers, you're going to get the same exact amount of drunk?
Correct, but your ability to
wild.
take the time frame that your ability to take 10 shots in is smaller than
Ah.
Wait,
if
say
you-
that last part one more
Yeah,
time.
drinking. You're going to be able to
You
take
take it
10
down
shots
faster.
in a
You get
smaller
drunk
amount of
faster
time
off
than
the
drink 10
shots.
beers.
Okay, now
So
that's
if you take
starting
10 shots over the same amount period that you drank 10 beers, it's the same.
It's a quantity versus quantity kind of case we're going at here.
Yeah, it's a quality.
By the way, this is wild.
It's
yeah,
qualitative
and,
data.
and these ones were going to be really
Is it a fixed cost?
It's fixed cost, variable too.
We
as
have
well.
we have the one Yoo-hoo, but I do think
some.
I almost feel like the moonshine's going to taste so bad that the moonshine will be the hardest.
I might drink
One-
the moonshine and chase it with you.
You know what we should add
That
to the
sounds
that sounds
disgusting.
awful. You know what we should
That
add
sounds-
as a sixth is the shot of moonshine is one, but to eat one of the peaches in the moonshine is another item on the wheel.
It's a peached based.
Yeah, there's a bunch of peaches in there that have soaked up.
Yeah.
So one of the wheel things.
Oh, it's like
to
the
eat
worms
peach.
and mezcal?
Correct, exactly. But it's a peach.
Yeah, and the guy made sure that I didn't shake it at the
Yeah,
liquor
he made
store.
very clear about that.
Yeah,
So I think that's one. I think that's our
Perez-
sixth thing. on the
Okay,
wheel.
so then if you had more, no, if you do the moonshine, you do the shot and you eat a peach.
and eat the peach.
Yes.
All right.
so is that the deal with
It's
the
a
moonshine?
double whammy.
a double
And you know what I think we do is if you don't want to do one, you have to double up on another one.
I don't think you can back off.
All right.
I mean, you're almost doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
By not just gutting through.
Just do it. I don't like tequila at all, but I'll do it.
Yeah, see,
'Cause,
I love
you know,
tequila. You know what?
love
With
the game.
tequila,
For the
I
brand.
don't
Can't do
For
tequila.
tequilas, I don't get hangovers. If they are like, it's just not as bad. Like I could still wake up and work out after a night on tequila.
Unfortunately, I don't think
Beer,
I'm gonna find
anything
a-
else? Yeah, tequilas don't give me. I think that I don't know if I got it from a .org, but I think that's
Yeah, I was
actually
gonna
a
say,
thing.
Well,
that's-
you know, but
there's nothing
Bob, you know what's
.org
gonna
about that.
happen here is
Some
you're going
mix
to
of
be
shit.
mixing
Yeah.
all sorts of shit with sugar and then hard alcohol and beer. So I don't think you probably will be hungover.
Oh, 100% with all the different stuff. The only thing is maybe we take off. Do we take off the Smirnoff since it's not going to hit? I mean, we will be pretty banged up. I would
No,
think.
we have to keep the
No,
Smirnoff.
and the Smirnoff, you got to chug it.
Yeah,
you got to
get
go
on-
down on
is
one
it on the knee, yeah.
Like you just
Oh, it's
got
like
ice.
Smirnoff Ice?
Yeah, like you
Smirnoff
got ice.
But that's not bad at all.
That's
Well,
not-
you drink
it's not
6
fun.
of them, Jet. It's
Are they
not
cold?
great. They're
Yeah, but that's-
cold. We got to put them
Smirnoff
on
Ice
cold.
is like good.
I'll
I
tell
like
you what's not
Smirnoff Ice.
cold is the beers.
I'll pop a few of
You're
those.
sick.
Jet, we'll
I used to drink those all the time.
You're sick.
Smirnoff Ice?
You just drink them
Jet, are
casually.
you
No,
gonna-
like
Jet, are you
just
going to
when
do the
you're
challenge?
chilling.
Jet, you want to do the
Just,
challenge?
yeah, it's like
with us?
He's
hydration.
got to drive.
No, yeah, I got to drive you
We need
guys
two people
home.
Take it
I kinda
and
wish
Jet
Jet
to
was
drive.
driving.
I was thinking
But by the
about
way,
that.
we should get me in on the drinking challenge at some point. It'll be a
I
good
think we
time.
should get Jet in on the drinking
Let me
challenge.
tell you something.
I'll just Uber home.
When Jet commits to drinking, he can really, really
can.
go. When
We
we had a
do.
day.
That's a fun Jet. When you get a Jet comes out and says, "Let's get after it. Let's get hammered."
Atlanta
It
Jet at Joey
happens once
Hideaway's.
every blue
Johnny
moon. So when it
Hideaway.
happens, it's
That was
like
a good
witnessing
Jet.
No,
a
we
solar eclipse. It's wonderful.
We did, yeah. You go to the Scotty Scheffler day. It was the
Yeah,
most legendary day of all time.
Scotty Scheffler.
Me and
did.
Jet put a absolute bag.
Oh, that's when I had Burns.
Yes. Yes, it is. We put it.
Did you hear this story?
He's a
Perez?
villain. You're a villain.
Yes, I remember.
You're a villain.
I did. I took Burns before the tournament. It wasn't like
I know,
was
but
purposely-
we were battling.
and I didn't know you guys took. So here's the story. I bet before the tournament, I bet Sam Burns to win. I normally never hit these bets, but I somehow didn't even realize he was in contention. And the last day I was in DC, I started watching. I'm like, oh my God, he's in a playoff. Somehow he had worked his way back to tie Scotty Scheffler. So I text Bob. I'm like, we need Burns to hit bad because I'm going to make a bag if he does. And I had no idea that you and Bob were on Scheffler. So then
Big.
all of a sudden Bob doesn't say anything and fucking Burns hits a bomb of a putt for a birdie to win. And I start texting you guys like crazy and Jet was furious.
We were on Scheffler and we were on like 20 shots.
Yes.
Wow.
It's when it's when he started where he started spiraling when we just decided to go shot for shot. And I mean,
a
it
wild
was
day.
shot for shot. And I was like, holy shit, Jet's going to keep going and going and going. And I tried to keep up with him. I think I did okay. But it was a side of the Jet that I had never seen. And yeah, it was a
we
fun.
That's a special Jet.
We should do a drinking challenge.
City boy.
Just
Yeah,
yeah, that'll be a good time.
I
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Did you say city boy?
City boy.
I think had we planned it right, it probably is a challenge. I would have loved to have you.
Yeah. We are now hiring a new videographer.
Yeah.
If you're
Too much
in the
good.
market.
Yeah,
Is that true?
No, now that I'm on the drinking challenge, we need a new
Yeah,
one.
we need to get Jet in on the challenges, I think.
I'm here.
want the
I'm
ball?
ready. I'm down. I could
want
like
the ball
film
or you
and
not want the
swing.
ball?
You want the ball?
I want the
Because
ball.
before,
I've been-
here's the
yeah.
thing is
ball.
before we didn't have ticket. So like Jet had to film when we did like the hot dog challenge, when we did the beer and the fireball. But now that we have ticket, we could incorporate you into the challenge. You are our fourth.
Well, no, I mean we've been
that's
getting
a
it. We've been
declaration.
myself and Perez. Those are pretty solid against you guys.
Those are good.
It's
People
good to
love
get.
those.
It's good to get in the mix every once in a while. The problem is I
People
don't
want
I
more
don't get to
Jet.
play like when I'm not good at golf. Because, but
Have
no,
you
but I'm
seen
saying,
me?
no, I know, but I don't play at all. Like the only times I play are in these videos. When I was playing like back in the day, I get shallow and I get Chevy, but I'm saying like, I want to get up to where I can like play and like, and contribute is the word I've been looking for.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've seen the video, but you made the putt to win the match.
I did,
last
I did,
Time you
I
guys
did.
played,
That's
so
I did. I carried
that's a
Perez.
little bit of a contribution.
Yeah. I mean, if I carried Fat Perez as I always do.
I think too. If
You don't have the core strength to do that.
I think if you did that match again with Foreplay, I feel like you'd have a lot more confidence going into the next.
Oh, and I'd be talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, I feel like it would be
Yeah.
a different. Not
Yeah.
that the first jet was bad. The first jet was very good, but I do feel like your confidence would be a lot higher.
No,
You know
I'm
what I
looking
mean?
forward to another match if that ever happens.
Well, they
with
got it.
them.
When-
They got a new.
when it happens.
Me and Perez were talking about that, and we definitely think it is going to happen. They got a new member who is very good, Daniel Rappaport.
Yes.
and he's got a really. We were watching their video last night. They,
We were?
He's
Yep.
very,
He's good.
very.
He's also a good.
good.
He's a really good Twitter follow. We used to follow him for a
Yeah.
while, and then they were like we hired Dan
Is he
Rappaport, and we're like,
related
holy
to
shit.
Rappaport from the NFL?
No.
No,
That's
he is
all-
related to Michael Rappaport. No, I don't know about that either, but
I was gonna say that's a shame.
Is that
'cause
Tribe?
I would assume so.
Oh, yes.
It's got to be Tribe. Right?
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Which one? Dan Rappaport?
All of them.
All of them.
I'd imagine
All
they're
of
all
All of
tribe.
them.
Is
Yeah.
Rappaport
Yeah.
tribe name?
Yes.
Did you grow up with any Rappaports?
I know a few. Yeah.
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 Okay.
By the way, we could talk about Jet's been hiding the fact that he's in a softball league.
That's a good point.
Oh,
That's important to
Not
talk about.
hiding. No.
Thursday, he
important
goes
to
to a
talk
softball
about.
No.
league, and he didn't tell anybody about it.
I told you
Well,
about
you
it.
told- yeah,
Here's
I
the
was
thing.
never asked to join.
My friends hit me up and they're like, we're playing softball. And they're like, you got to play. And not only do you have to play, you have to like run the league. Like you got to like be in charge of the team. She's like, I'm not down for it. But I took it on and I'm like, all right, like we'll have a good time playing softball. Because when we were in New York, we played softball every Sunday we played. It's just like a good time. Just go, you get hammered, you have a good time. The thing with you is that you're a clown.
Okay,
So
thank you.
you take everything and make it into a massive joke. So I know if it's like with your dad, you go to Jupiter and all of a sudden your dad is on stage for the world to see. And every once in a while, you just want to go play softball with no fucking cell phones around, no cameras, no clown show,
can we watch a game?
and just have a good time. But that would you, of course.
But
that
we had
he
that
just got-
dialogue, and I said that I would.
No,
really
you never
wanna
committed
go,
to that.
Well,
you
I
never,
said I would get stuff here and there.
and it's not even for me. I understand you putting me out there, but like
By the way,
the
Bob's
guys
got a
that
good
we
glove
play
if
with,
you need an
I
extra
told, I
person.
said if we need a sub, I would hit Bob up for sure. But also next year, this was like a last second thing. Next season, I'll just like bring him in from the start.
Bring me in
know
too.
what I
I'll
love
fly
too?
out here
Jet,
for the
so
game.
You played Perez underratedly played softball with
Russell Wilson.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Little league. He plays softball.
What I
It's
love
little
too
league.
is
Baseball.
Jet makes the lineup, and it's classic Jet.
Oh.
He makes the lineup, and he bats himself last. Like,
Yeah, of course, because
That's
I don't.
respect.
like classic
That's
Jet.
respect.
But that's-
it is.
Big old swing there.
No, so I used to be really solid. Now I'm washed up. But so I just hit myself last because it's just like, all right, like everybody
You
have a
don't
good
wanna
time.
avoid, like,
yeah,
any-
you want to avoid like the guy who makes the lineup and hits himself fourth. He's
Yeah,
nobody
that's
nobody
true.
likes
I
that.
get that.
It's a total
So
But
yeah,
you could put yourself in the middle of the lineup.
well that would be fourth. But I didn't
There's only 8 players on the whole
well
team.
there's 9, so it'd be fourth
Four
or
and a
fifth.
half?
But the point is I don't. It's just like we're just. That's what I'm saying. It's not. We're not there. I'm not there. Why are you looking at me like that?
Ticket's cracking up in the back.
I'm not.
either fast asleep or he's cracking
No.
up.
Yeah.
Quail.
We had the best episode of all time at Quail Lodge talking about the origins of Bob Does Sports. It was like riveted. I was ready to like run through a fucking window, and I look at Ticket, and he's got the camera, and he's like passing out.
The guy was
I'm like,
tired.
bro, this is epic shit here. I didn't know if we were like. I was like, Bob. After I was like, am I wrong? I thought that was a banger episode, but Ticket was falling asleep. So I can't gauge right now if it's good or not.
Pretty reasonable. He didn't care to
Yeah,
hear about
yeah.
our origin stuff. Like, he knows us all. He's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I didn't know. I was there, but this is incredible.
I will say that
Yeah.
that pod might still be going if Ticket didn't fall asleep.
Good point.
It'd be trending right now on YouTube.
I did tell Jet. I did tell Bob. I had to be honest.
What'd you tell him?
I told Bob when I found out about the softball thing. I said, Bob, I need you.
You told me.
to put a New York Yankees shirt on, a fake mustache, and a clipboard.
I would
and
love
I
it.
need you to go out there and start scouting Binyamin.
It's a good time, but that's the thing. It's just
and like going up to people and be like, who's that righty on the mound? It's like he's got some stuff in him.
The reason
Like, you
why I
have
would
to.
go, I would love to just see Jet hit a routine grounder to short
Absolutely.
and just see him just busted out of the
That's
box.
I always will. But so the thing is, it's the only last like competitive thing I, do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't. It's the last. It's like old man Jewish softball is like what we live for. So it's like, it's just like it's a good time,
I
But
feel
the point is, what I was saying was, it's not like super competitive. It's good enough to where you just like you hit yourself last. You just have a good time.
Yeah, I do
and
respect
that's it.
that. I do respect that move, and
I can't believe you're
I
running
get
the
it.
league.
I'm not running the league. These kids, my friends who, when I moved here, they lived here. And we played softball in New York. So they were like, they hit me up to play. And then they also didn't want the responsibility of making the lineup. So they're like, okay, you also make the lineup. So yeah.
So this would explain why you have no at all involvement in the fantasy league then.
Well, it doesn't explain that, but
Because he has some Bob. Do we know who's running Jets team?
Yeah, it's one of the shickers. He has a buddy.
You have another
He's
shicker?
second.
No,
he's like
my
second
friend in-
place in our division.
I got-
Yeah.
so here's
and he
the
doesn't
thing.
even know who he has on his
just-
team.
and he just
I don't
kicked the
play.
shit out of
I'd
me,
be
by the way.
kicked by. I don't. I cannot. I don't like playing fantasy football because once I found out about like gambling on like games, I just quit fantasy football, and now I'm retired. Now I'm retired from both. But
It's hard to get the same thrill of a fantasy league as you do of winning $1,000.
yeah, and also I don't want to be that guy that's like I'm rooting for the Bears as my team, but the guy playing the Bears needs 7 points.
Yeah, I get
but
that.
I
Bob
need the
does
kicker
that.
who does
I'll
this.
be like, Bob, let's take a prize picks and we're going to go, this guy, we goes, well, actually, you can't. Do
Right.
Carson Wentz because I'm facing him in fantasy football. I'm
Yeah,
like, bro, it's fantasy football. You have a chance. This is a great pick to hit. Like Carson Wentz, but if it's something bad, he'll do it.
But
if it was
I'll-
like the interception and he's against him, he'll be like, all right, let's put it. I'm against him.
I bet against the
insane.
team of the players that I'm playing against. So it's an all or nothing type Sunday to where, and that's.
But he would value winning the week in fantasy as much or not
do, I
more
know.
as
But
winning
you-
like
that's
$1,000.
crazy.
It is.
And you'll
Financially,
never,
it makes no sense.
you'll never
whatsoever.
come out of that day completely satisfied. Whereas if you place 2 bets, you could win them both. With that, you're like, you have the bets, and then you have your team, and then you have the fantasy guys, and you'll never have like a clean sweep.
I'm like you. To hell with the fantasy.
Yeah,
at
I
some
mean,
point.
yeah.
But the
But-
thing with the fantasy, it's all of our friends,
Right.
it's our old crew, so it makes it fun because
So
it's like
I
a
wasn't-
pride thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Ticket wants to beat me. I want to beat Ticket. Like, it
Bear
makes
Down
it
apparently
fun.
is going to win the league. So
I
I don't know why we're
wasn't
playing.
I wasn't gonna miss out on that, right? Like I wanted to be part of the like we were making a thing, so I was on to with that. My knowledge, like I wanted to draft
you just have,
Brian
like, a
Urlacher
cousin?
before I found out that you have to take
You
full
have a
defense.
cousin who runs it for you.
No, I have my friend in New York runs it, but I am
Same guy betting
I'm in
fourth
charge.
the lineup is the guy.
No, he's
running the
he's
fantasy
back.
league.
He's back. Yeah.
Go ahead, Bob.
Something I do want to touch on, and we talked about it a little bit before, but it's the most excited I think I've seen you with the video that it's you're very good about tempering our expectations of videos and what to expect. This is the most excited I've ever seen you for a video. We're doing it as a premiere. Max Homa drops tomorrow. I think we could all say this is probably the most excited I think we've been for a video where I really, really think this will be a big one. Also, the first video we've ever done that's 18 holes.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be out by now that that this comes out. I just think it's really good. It was a lot of fun. Even when we were filming it, I think everybody knew it's going to be a great video.
Yeah.
Just the stuff. I mean, we could probably even talk about it now because it'll be out for a week or more. It came to get like you couldn't write it better than how it ended. And I don't want to give it away just in case people haven't seen it. They can go watch it, but it was just like everything came out
Also,
perfectly.
I think the best display of golf I've ever seen from Perez, by far.
Yeah,
Like,
up there.
That's a big
The
statement
man
too, and yeah.
stepped it the fuck up, and we needed it too. I mean, I think we all contributed, but Perez was just, you were hitting putts that were like 15, 20 footers and like dropping them.
Yeah, I don't like to lose, and Homa was playing his ass off. So we didn't have no. It's one of those things where you're in the moment and you don't have a choice but to step up, or you're going to get boat raced. And I was not going to let us get boat raced. Really, just to extend the video. I think that was my whole goal. Was sort of like the way he was playing. It was like it's going to be really hard to beat this guy, but like let's get to see how many holes that we can get to, and then we got further along than I think anyone would have thought, and
It was unreal.
we had
You said yesterday, Perez, which is true. If you would have told us before that round that he was going to be one off from his personal record,
yeah.
I would have said that is going to be a 11-hole video at the absolute
Yeah.
max.
I think on our normal day of what we've done with like 3-man scrambles on our videos and stuff like that. But no, I think this video is going to be great. I'm glad that we're like doing the premiere thing kind of in the evening when, everybody's around and not working. I think this is, this is going to be without a doubt the best video that we've put out to date.
Better or worse than Micromania?
For those of you who haven't seen
Bob Sucks Dick.
Bob Sucks Dick,
Bob
the
Sucks
episode
Dick.
of Bob Sucks Dick where he is the referee for Micromania Wrestling.
Oh.
Go back and watch it or don't. Depends on,
The Homa video is a
Could
little
use
better.
the views.
And you know what they say?
Yes, you could.
The Homa video is better, and you can't kill a man if he doesn't have hope.
That's a good point.
And,
Yeah,
they
I
had
gotta
so much
And
hope.
we had a lot of hope.
That's the best line ever. I don't know
gotta
where he pulled that out of,
say,
but it was the
too,
best line ever.
I don't know about you guys, but there were times throughout the match when we were playing. It's like, I remember we were going to golf tournaments and trying to get his attention while he was walking down the fairway just to get him to acknowledge, to see if he knew who we were, because we wanted to do something with him. And then like halfway through the match, I'm like, this is wild that we're playing with this one of the best guys on tour. And not only that, he was unbelievable just to play with. So funny, so witty, so good in front of the camera. Like I think maybe he had done the Foreplay pod video before, so he kind of had an idea of what to expect. But like there were times where I was just like, this is insane that we're playing this guy in a scramble. And like, I don't know if you guys felt like that at all, but I was just like, there were a couple times I was just like, this is insane.
Well, Perez walked with them in the.
He was with them
Wells
in the car
Fargo.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
was awesome to
I
see.
met him at the Wells Fargo earlier this year and walked 9 holes, practice round with him, Damon, and Bo. So I kind of met him then, and that's kind of the first that we had interacted and
Remember
hung
how-
out with Joe as caddy a good bit during that day, and then we ran into him again in
Memphis.
We ran into him at the U.S. Open briefly. Remember?
Yes.
We yelled out at him at the U.S. Open.
That
and
remember how
then-
excited I was? That was like
Yeah.
when we got some him and Spieth.
Yep, and then we saw him in Memphis on one of the practice rounds days. We talked to him for a little bit. So, we had kind of talked to him for, that's the great thing about him and a lot of those guys and his contemporaries and his ages. They're just guys, man. Like,
Yeah.
True,
they
but
just happen to be really good at golf, but like that's not who they are. They don't view themselves as one of the best golfers in the world. They view themselves as just another dude that likes to
Yeah.
hang out. And that comes through in the videos. That's why these guys are so likable. Like anybody that walks around and puts themselves in, the world in the frame of what they do for a living and being great is not anybody wants to be around.
I agree.
Quite frankly.
But
So-
it's just, to me, it was like, because, looking at, we talked about Micromania, but you look at the early onset of Bob Does Sports, and then you look and you fast forward it, and we're playing, a 3-man scramble with him and even like
Yeah.
some of the other guys we do. It's insane that it's getting to this point, and that is becoming normal. Like now it's like, who's going to be the next guy that we get on tour? And it's like, okay, we can kind of pretty much, not that we have our pick of the litter, but we can kind of pretty much feel out that there's going to be a few guys we
Well,
can grab.
I think it's a
If you
good.
could- yeah.
Sorry, I think it'll be a good example for the other guys to see this video
Yes.
and see how much fun we have, how good of a match it is. And now it's not them taking a chance on what a video with us looks like. They can watch us and be like, okay, this is what it's all about.
think it
So
opens
it's
some
not
doors.
like just trust us. It's going to be fun. There's a tangible example of what our day together will be like.
You have one choice, one golfer that could be in a 3-man scramble, and I'm not even talking like from like a star power level. I'm just saying you can have one golfer. Who are you taking?
Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Leaving
Besides
Tiger.
him.
Yeah, that's a clear answer. But
I mean-
leaving Tiger.
Yeah.
out.
If
Anyone
I could
but
have
Tiger.
anybody aside,
And not just for views or whatever. Like, who do you want to go up against? Could be. He doesn't
Like
have to be the
current
big
or past?
Yeah, just no. A pro golfer could be a
current
past
pro
golfer. Yeah.
That's a really good question. I think I would probably go with. Give me. I think I'd like to do Justin Thomas.
It's a good one.
Okay.
I just think he's so good, man, and I think like he doesn't show a lot of his personality in terms of like when the FedEx Cup was there and he was going off. That was so cool to me, and I think we could get some really great stuff out of him. I think it could really open up and show who he is. But I think he'd be fun.
Yeah, I think I would go Spieth. I think
Yeah,
Spieth.
I thought you were going to say
Speed
Finau.
too.
Yeah,
if it's
Finau
not
would be up.
Finau,
Finau
yeah.
would be up there for sure. That would mean a lot. That'd be awesome because I just love the guy so much. But yeah, Finau. But I think Spieth would be so much fun. And we had the interactions with him, so there's a little.
I don't think
something
that's
there.
too far fetched, too. To be honest,
Who you got, Jet?
I'm thinking.
Nick Watney.
We like.
I was gonna say I got. So
our guy.
I think Jordan
He gave us
Spieth.
good love,
Jordan
Nick Watney,
Spieth,
by the way.
obviously, but I want Sahith Tagala.
by the way,
that's
I
our
think
guy.
that is a
Because he-
definitive possibility.
yeah.
Yeah, I
He
like
shows
that.
us love all the
He's
time.
cool.
man.
He has personality. Like, I mean, I'm sure they all do, but he'd be great, I think. And he knows like what's going.
Someone
Like he knows the
commented
grooming.
on the post today that we did the trailer with Max Homa, and they said you got to get Sahith on next.
Yeah, he'd be
Yeah.
awesome. He'd be a lot of fun. He really.
Even
would.
his interaction with us in Memphis, he came right up to us and showed us a lot of love. He was telling us how he was mistaken because Tony Finau had just won the tournament before that Memphis tournament that they were playing. And he was telling us how the St. Jude's it was, and he was telling us how people were getting him mistaken for Tony Finau. And I was like,
Yeah, he's making fun of him.
I'm
He's
not-
like,
I'm not
yeah.
Tony, you know, but I appreciate the love anyway.
When he was
on
doing
us.
the pro-am, he told us to come under the ropes, and we all just kind of froze. So we didn't
Yeah, I
know if
didn't
he
know
was
if
being
he was
serious.
By the way,
So we all just kind of like stuck there. We didn't know.
he
I don't know if
walks
he had the authority.
with some swagger.
Yeah, he does have swag.
He's got when he
He's a
walks.
wave. He's
He's
a
a
Pepperdine
tall
wave.
and he's tall and he's like a little
Is he a
like
wave?
lanky
He's a
and
wave.
He is a
he's
wave,
got
that's correct.
swag
Wave.
coming down those
Waves
fairways.
run deep.
Yeah,
Waves
you can.
run deep.
Who's
Waves
your
run
guy
deep.
that you're bringing out if you have to?
Well-
Maybe Pat Perez?
I was just thinking,
Or is that
I think
just
that's
because of the
easy.
allure?
Yeah, I think that's easy, but like not easy to get, but like an easy answer. I was just thinking about it. I'm between two, but I'm just gonna pick one.
Well, just get
I know
two.
both. I know. Yeah.
The two that I would say would be Rory or
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody said Rory.
I
I,
know.
just don't
Or-
know how he would be
Yeah.
like in a person like
so.
personality.
Here's what I would say.
He's
I'd say
cool. He
Rory's the
did
one
stuff
I
with
couldn't
Barstool.
like not say,
Right.
but the one I kind of feel is Zalatoris.
Ooh.
You
Zalatoris.
love you
I
some
love
Willie
Will
I think
Zalatoris.
Zalatoris. I've seen some
That's a
interviews.
really
with
good
him.
one.
I think he kind of brings something. He's got a little fire to him. He can shit talk,
And of course,
and he's
yeah.
a good player. And I think the video would be really good. We start chirping him on short putts and things like that. Like I think we can play into that. I think he'd be a good time.
Yeah. Hey, look, possibilities are endless.
John
boys. We
Daly?
just keep.
Oh,
John
JD's
Daly would be really
JD's.
good,
That's a miss one for me.
But that's like a
a
Tiger
swing and
thing.
a
It's
miss for me.
like Tiger, John Daly, everybody else.
Rory's a good one. I mean, I think I
Yeah.
might even
I mean,
just put
anybody.
star
Would,
power
I mean,
too.
if you told me we had a chance of Rory, I'd freak out. But I was just thinking, like, from a competitive edge, I don't know how he would. I just don't know what he would bring. I feel like he's very,
Rory?
very PC and like very like. I don't know if he would open up as much as
think
some of
he
these other
would.
guys.
He was good in the Foreplay video. He was he gave him a lot.
I changed my mind. Cam Smith, me versus him, 18 holes, 1v1.
That's a
And with the drinking
that is a
challenge.
YouTube short.
All right, folks, we are off. We got to go do the challenge now. We actually tee off in 4 minutes, which
boy.
should be an interesting transition here. We love you. We appreciate you. Keep an eye out. The Breezy Apparel, I don't even know, might be out by now. Probably
No,
not.
November 23rd.
November 23rd, Bob the Sports brand, Breezy Apparel, breezy.com, breezygolf.com, that is. Like, comment, subscribe. We love you, folks. We appreciate you. Off to the drinking challenge we go. We will see you next time. That's another edition, Bob Does Sports.